Anne, a crown princess from an unnamed European nation on a state visit to Rome, becomes frustrated with her tightly scheduled life and secretly leaves her country's embassy. The delayed effect of a sedative makes her fall asleep on a bench, where Joe Bradley, an expatriate reporter for the American News Service, finds her, without recognizing who she is. Thinking that she is intoxicated, Joe lets her spend the night in his apartment. The next morning, Joe hurries off late to work and gives his editor, Mr. Hennessy, false details of his attendance at the princess's press conference. When Hennessy informs him that the event had been cancelled and shows him a news item about the princess's sudden illness with a picture of her in it, he realizes who is asleep in his apartment. Seeing an opportunity, Joe privately calls his photographer friend, Irving Radovish, to get him to secretly take pictures. Joe then tells Hennessy that he will get an exclusive wide-ranging interview with the princess and asks how much that would be worth. Hennessy offers to pay $5,000, but bets Joe $500 that he will not be able to get it. Joe and Anne careen through Rome on a Vespa scooter. Joe hurries home and, hiding the fact that he is a reporter, offers to show Anya around Rome. However, Anne declines Joe's offer and leaves. Enjoying her freedom, she explores an outdoor market, buys a pair of shoes, observes the people and daily life of Rome, and gets her long hair cut short. Joe follows and accidentally meets Anne on the Spanish Steps. This time, he convinces her to spend the day with him, taking her to a street cafe where he meets up with Irving. When Anya tries to drive Joe on a Vespa through heavy Roman traffic, they are all arrested, but Joe and Irving show their fake press passes and the group is set free. They visit the Mouth of Truth, where Joe tricks Anne into thinking that his hand has been bitten off, and later tour the Colosseum. That night, at a dance on a boat that her barber had invited her to, government agents called in by the embassy spot Anne and try to forcibly take her away. Joe, Irving, and the barber rush in to save her from the abductors. Anne joins in the fight that breaks out. As police arrive and subdue the agents, Joe and Anne run away, but after Joe is ambushed and falls into the river, Anne jumps in to save him. They swim away from the dance and kiss as they sit shivering on the riverbank. Later at Joe's apartment, while drying their wet clothes, they share tender bittersweet moments. Regretfully bowing to her royal responsibilities, Anne asks Joe to drive her to a corner near the embassy, where they kiss again. She bids a tearful farewell and resumes her duties as a princess. Joe decides not to write the story, although he tells Irving he is free to sell his photographs. Joe and Irving then leave to attend the postponed press conference at the embassy, much to Princess Anne's surprise. Joe assures Anne, in words she, but not the other reporters, will understand, that he will print nothing about their day together. At the end of the interview, the princess unexpectedly asks to meet the journalists, speaking briefly with each. As she reaches Joe and Irving, Irving presents her with his photographs as a memento of Rome. She and Joe share a few innocuous words together, before she reluctantly departs. After the rest of the press leave, Joe stays for a while, then walks away alone.